Welcome to Rolls of Redemption, where you redeem your Monday one roll at a time. Grab your snack, grab your drink of choice, and let's get rolling.
I once again have no snacks nor drinks of choice.
Have my
Zillion drinks.
I have the
and my
snacks.
usually comes.
I have already finished half of my tea.
And
So-
Penta just
Damn it.
enabled snack mode and hydrate.
Wow,
On a
why?
beach.
She's coming for you.
She just wants to see you walk away.
Yeah,
You really
you
So
want to see me
thanks,
walk
Penta. I
away in
appreciate
my
it.
really cute leggings, but I will not.
You
be
gotta get a
doing
baby
that.
bump. There you go. And I'm still talking over here, so I'm kind of still here.
Wow,
You know.
you're impressive. I really appreciate
We can
your
still hear you.
impressiveness.
Oh, Nathan
Yeah, that's
made it
right.
live on the stream. Let me remove your image then.
I
There
got
he is.
my golden snacks made by cats.
Those cookies
Very nice.
were the best things I've had in a long time. By the way,
I mean, I've already had 4 of them today.
Yeah,
So.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
I should have brought more back from your house, like stole some, because they're
Stone
There's still a
some?
bunch in my house, so
There's plenty.
Yeah.
Come get them.
okay. I'm on my way. Like,
I mean, like
Or else they will
later,
eat them all.
after. Not right now.
okay. Well, I can.
tomorrow.
I have
I'll
gotten
come over
0.
tomorrow
So
because I ate his.
I have quite a few of them.
We have what you
I was
might
like,
call
wow, these are
a dragon
amazing.
sword of cookie gems. So
What? Yes. Apparently, like everyone needs to get Kat to make them sugar cookies for their event needs because oh my gosh,
But I appreciate that they're still
Yes,
quite
please.
soft, which is
yes,
The icing keeps them
Right?
nice and soft.
like they're soft. The amount of times Kat has made things that like change my whole life has been multiple times.
Let's talk about one cat baking throwback, and then we can get back to this whole. We play D&D.
Sorry.
It was one Valentine's Day. That cat made red velvet, like cinnamon rolls, but they had like chocolate in them, and I was just like, "What is this crazy?"
I'm a kitchen witch.
I love it.
That slap, man. It's so good. Anyway,
D&D. We play that here.
Hello. Are you joining us?
Oh, and there's
Maple
cats.
syrup.
And as soon as I get my backup system up and running, my other system has officially managed to fully So,
of course. How it goes.
technology. All right. So, Chaos Cap. Last week we were wandering around, found a bunch of turkeys, very, very ominous, circling the
Hey,
grid.
Nate, I'm
All
gonna
right,
stop
we're
you
gonna
right there.
time out.
Your sound is like skipping a beat, but like in a weird
It's
techno
like the
way.
remix. The remix. Recap the remix.
Well, that's good.
It was great.
At first, I was trying to figure out if it was just me because I'm doing other sound monitoring right now, and then I was like, "There's no way this is just me."
No.
Is it still terrible?
No, I think it's okay now.
Say more words.
Okay. Chaos recap? Is this
Nope,
working?
it's not working. You're mixing again.
I thought it was because I was unmuted, but apparently not.
Different microphone? Is this any better?
That was not better.
if it's any consolation, it looked like your mouth did a remix. Like, I don't know if it's your whole thing, but that was
It was hard to tell if you were just like stuttering over words, but then like it just kept happening. We're like, wait, hold on.
It's like, this is the recap.
I also kind of want to just see how this plays out, personally.
This time, roll the redemption.
Okay. I'm going back over there.
Over
Okay.
there.
Over there. I like that, if you just like don't know that Nathan is going to be rejoining us from another room, it looks like we bullied him off the screen.
Straight up send him packing. Today is
Poor
brought to you
Nathan.
by more technical difficulties.
I mean, it is.
You know what? It's Monday. Nobody can be expected to roll well and have technical difficulties on a Monday, so this just means that we're going to roll great.
Good.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh.
That.
Oh.
Never mind. I was trying to be optimistic, but I'm going to leave that to Hal.
He is quite good at it.
He's so good at it. I'm
There's
not
only room for one optimist in every D&D party, and it's not you.
It will never be me.
All right.
Welcome back.
Chaos recap. We were wandering towards the fort, making our way towards Corinthia. We found a bunch of Turkleys. We found a bunch of Turkleys, very ominously swarming a grave, just going straight around Tombstone over and over.
They
Just
put the
fucking weird.
rave in graveyard.
Yeah. Excellent. And then, so we figured out that there were leprechauns that were causing this, and we ended up down in the fort, and that was after Kai. Damn it. Son of a bitch.
I mean, I am a chaos god.
Twas
so...
bound to happen.
That was after Ray fell into a trapdoor that was rotted away into the fort with a goat, with our second goat, George W. Shrub. And then we found the leprechauns, and then we started making deals with the leprechauns. Hal was all sentimental and gave them a flower that was meaningful to him because it came from Diana, and Ada, in a very emotional moment that unfortunately got butchered by technology issues. Actually, you were there for most of it. Your voice was there for most of this, so some of this makes sense if you watch back. Gave them the name of her unborn child in a whispered, quiet, sad moment. Yeah, very, very, very poignant. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. And said, "You're gonna go find our friend. You're going to make sure that they get armor, and all of this nonsense is gonna be over." And then we found Ray. Well, Hal and the leprechauns brought Ray back to the party. We found a door that can only be opened by a werewolf. Lucky for us, we got one of those. And there's a bunch of cool stuff in there. I think that about covers it.
Very nice. So yeah, there's a whole lot of underlying things going on. And the party is currently exploring some of the ruins of the war from a couple hundred years ago between Diana and Ada's people and Ray's people. So while everyone is happy hunky-dory enough these days, they're finding out some really cool stuff from the history of this world. One of which is the Wolf's Den, which is what they have just come into. And to kind of set the scene, I'm going to reread what I had dropped in the roleplay for anyone who wasn't following along, because it was a lot. I'm also going to throw the picture in the stream chat with spoilers, so if you're not on the Discord, please hop on the Discord if you want to see and participate. If not, I'm sure Peter's going to put it online for everybody to see anyways. Yeah. Where are we? There we go. All right. The wolf's den behind the door is filled with the musk of long, rotten pelts. The remnants of furs that drape the chairs and cots are all but decomposed. The leather and hide armors are far beyond repair after more than 100 years of waiting. The metal armors, however, seem to be fairly usable. Though a few are Viking in style, they all have been adapted, and adorned with runes and furs. The armory has enough weapons and armor for a force of about 20 soldiers. Common runes and depictions of on the shields, weapons, and armor are those of wolves, wolf gods, and the moons. Everyone's eyes are eventually drawn past the barrels, helms, furs, and shields to the far wall, where an incredible suit of armor is poised to overlook the whole of the armory. The helm has 2 massive horns. The cloak is layers upon layers of predator pelts sewn together. The armor beneath appears to be of hammered breastplate, complete with bracers, gauntlets, and greaves, all depicting various stories of Fenrir. Finally, the boots at the base are unlike any that you have seen. These boots are made entirely of Arctic wolf fur, have long fangs that reinforce the toes and go curl beyond, offering grip if you're on the ice. And the uncanny depiction of 2 wolves upon the upper center of the front of the boots leaves you wondering if they're not alive and waiting to pounce. And Ada kind of wandered in, did one big deep sniff check, and kind of has that feeling of no one's been here. No one is here. But those that were here were something pretty amazing.
I would like to thank you, Janine, for putting in that they were the boots with the fur, because this is all I've been thinking for the past 3 days. None of my companions have followed me in, yeah? Then can I confirm checking for traps here? Can I check for a trap or something here to make sure
Give me an
that
investigation
it is
check. Absolutely.
humanoid safe? I'm seeing how well the dice here do for me. 17. That's going to be okay.
The door itself was the trap.
Oh, okay.
If it were not for your werewolf natural properties, you would have sliced off your hand.
Mm-hmm.
If your sister had transformed into a wolf and tried to do exactly the same thing you did, she would be 1 hand less. It really was designed in a way that only the wolves should be able to enter. So I'm sure a very cunning set of rogues could find a way through.
Okay.
And if there was any magic protection here, it is long since gone.
Cool.
Or not so long, but
Then, great. Then I am gonna, make a motion with my head to beckon them after me.
because you are still in large black wolf form.
Big
wolf.
puppy.
I will
But I
Big puppy.
walk in after her.
There's
We wanted armor.
there's other armor, right? Other than just the big one. I'm gonna I'm gonna sit in front of the big armor, not necessarily blocking it from sight, because I don't think can do that. But I am going to gesture to Ray, like pointing out the other armor with the point of my nose, like, not this one. This is special wolfy armor, and I don't want anyone touching it. But that one's good.
Yeah, the wolf has shoddy dibs.
I'm not claiming dibs on it. I just feel like it's very important that that's a wolf only armor.
So dibs.
So dibs. Sort of.
Phineas is going to stand up from his book, and poof, Sadie comes into existence. I'm like, welcome back, and she comes and swats at me, and then goes and gives one to Diana for good measure.
Sorry, I just wanted to be mean. You come back. I don't come back. Okay.
She just walks away and sits like several feet away from everybody, just annoyed.
Can Sadie come sit next to me, because it's just really funny to have Big Wolf and
Yeah, let's go with that. That's a great idea.
Perfect.
It's like you didn't cause any problems today.
Yeah. Today. Yet.
I need Sadie to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Sounds about right. Okay. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Cat. Where's my cat?
You know what?
I'm right here.
Hi.
Wisdom saving throw would be better.
Wisdom saving throw +1. Well, that's better than my +0 to Constitution. 14.
14. She's takes up this like very proper position next to Ada, and she kind of just tells you I think the boots want to eat me. If I didn't have the dog here, I would not be here.
Ada huffs at being called a dog.
It's mental. All mental.
Okay,
You have no
never
idea.
mind.
And Phineas is like, those boots seem hungry.
Made for walking.
He doesn't tell Sadie to move. If she feels like she's safe with Ada there, she'll stay there. But if Ada moves, she's definitely moving. Though, Diana, what do you know about that armor?
Can I roll a history check to see if I've read about this armor?
You certainly may,
Okay.
and you can add guidance to it.
It is a nat 20, so it's 24. Do you want guidance too?
You do need guidance just for the sake of hitting the 25, but you automatically get that.
Oh, did I roll the right thing? A 2.
All right. That like I said, you needed the 25, so
I got a 26.
this
Whee!
is 26. This is not impossible information, but this is very specific lore that only very few people would even have access to. And
Well,
apparently
there was a scroll in the temple, and I read it. Not
yeah,
too long
apparently
ago.
I mean, you are chosen.
this
so-
would have been oral tradition from the High Priestess to you and only you, for the sake of
Let me
your
tell
sister.
you about these boots with the fur that were made for walking.
The boots are not part of the history of this armor.
So you don't know anything about the boots with the fur. But you know about
This
the
armor
armor.
is the alpha of the... I forgot what I called it. Anyway, I'm going to go with the wolf pack, just because it's going to be simpler. I will get you the proper Viking name for this later. This armor was handed down from alpha to alpha, and it was a gift from one of the high priestesses to the very first wolf companion for the priestesses. So that's where these symbols are so important, that this is an armor that represents the combined strength of the moon and Saloon and everything that she stands for, and her gifts to both the mortals and the wolves that she created. So these are both of her children, and this alpha armor was symbolic of that partnership. So for it to remain here, it means that the alpha of the time either was lured away during a full moon, slain during a full moon, or made a willing choice to abandon the pact between the wolf pack and the priestesses. And as you start thinking about it and putting these pieces together, you're going to remember that it was a choice, that there was a movement and a betrayal by the priestesses to the wolf pack. That one of the corrupt high priestesses, who has long been removed, made some sort of deal with some dark force, and as part of that deal, betrayed the Wolfpack, and they refused to honor her voice, as she was trying to use them to essentially restart a war. And that is why there are no wolves left in Fjaltnir.
They left.
They left. Out of moral
Wait,
code.
but that just means that they migrate. So therefore they still exist.
They do.
Somewhere. We've met Skull, you know?
Yes. Start to forget that.
Okay.
Well,
Poor Diana.
the armor, I can tell you, as the only actual wolf here, part of this clan, this should be Ada's armor. The boots, I have no idea. I never read about these boots. So they might eat you. Yeah.
And if you
I don't
want to do a boot-specific Arcana check, you're welcome to do that.
Everyone look
I
at
can
the
do
boots.
Arcana
See if
or
it-
History to the boots.
Can I give them a sniff check? Is that a
You
vibe
can-
check?
You can vibe check them.
15 Arcana for the boots.
They are some sort of magical.
Magical boots. Wizard, don't you know what the magical boots do? I don't know. You magic, right? Boots?
Okay. Is it worth me doing an Arcana check? Or am I going to detect magic on the... Like, I don't know. I'm like, it doesn't feel like something that I would have come across. But let's see. Arcana, that's a +8. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, there are possibilities there.
That's on that one. So, anyway.
Wait, can I try an
You
Arcana check with my 0?
Are pretty sure they're magical
As
boots.
far as possibilities, we have no possibilities.
Yeah, never mind. 9. It would have been really funny if with my +0 I had, rolled at 20.
Phineas is sitting there like, I'm 90% sure those are magic. Like 90% sure.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Hal-
I'm
Hal
more
is
sure
standing
than you,
in the
so.
doorway, just holding his lantern, just happy to be here.
Okay.
Okay.
You're doing a good job now.
I love Hal so much.
All right.
Doing good, buddy.
I feel like if you all feel safe carrying them, I'm not sure any of the rest of us should, but I can do more research into them tonight. I don't think it's worth spending more time here than we have to.
Yeah, what did I get with a 16 Arcana? What do I know?
They're magical.
That's it. That's all I got.
That is it. These are not something from your lore or history or the Fjaltnir background. This is something you've not encountered before.
Ada, can you poke them? Just touch them with your paw. See what happens. Well, hello?
Can I? Yeah.
You're very, very hard to hurt in this form.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna
of
try
truth.
and give them a little sniff. I don't want to poke them with my paw because I don't want to rip them if they're old. And also, as a person, Ada will touch things with her hands, but as a wolf, it's like, yeah, those are my feet. They stay down on the ground. So, when she wants to, get at things, it's just nose.
Do
Those boots
Do you
are
want
made
to
for
give it a
walking, and
lift
those
check?
paws are made for killing.
Yeah, exactly.
you want to try licking it? See what you figure out.
No. Let's
You know
not
what?
start that.
You know what I would like to do?
I'm pulling it Atreus.
No.
Different
I'm
character.
gonna sniff them. Different character. Atreus would have licked it. You know it. But it's fur,
Yeah.
and I don't want to lick fur.
All right, so you're nose bumping this. Your insight, what?
Yeah,
Give me.
I don't know. Just boop.
Are you touching it?
Yes.
All
Are
right,
you doing it with
um,
confidence, or are you doing it like Maddie,
I'm doing it with the same confidence that Maddie had with Eliza's bouncer when she was really little before Eliza moved, and she was like, "What is in that thing?" That is the same confidence. I'm just prowling around, sniffing around, and if anything jumps at me, I'm going to jump a mile.
All right, then give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God!
This room's not very big.
Wisdom saving throw. 17.
All right, you boop
Mhm.
the snout of the
With my snoot.
you boop with the snoot.
boot the boots with the
You boot
suit.
the boot with the snoot, and
Boot booping.
you kind of lock eyes with the wolf that's on the right boot.
Hello,
And-
shoe wolf.
And you see it just kind of staring at you blankly. And and then you stare at it. And that's what everyone sees. Ada's staring at the boot.
Okay. But what else?
Is there anything else?
Yes, you're still staring at the boot.
Okay, I reiterate. If we feel safe carrying them, let's just take them and, I can detect magic
Wah,
on
wah,
them,
wah.
but
Wah, wah.
Wait, what?
Canyon Ella.
Ada hears some sort of voice droning on behind her.
later I can detect magic later when we get to a long rest. I don't think it's a productive use of time right now, but that will definitively tell us everything we need to know about these boots, assuming we think these boots are safe enough that they're not going to kill us before we get there.
I'm just gonna look at Aiden and just be like, hello?
Can I
Hello?
not look at the boots?
Phineas, ever since you started talking, Ada has not moved.
Am
Hello?
I literally just frozen like that?
You're in a staring contest,
Oh.
and the world around you has fallen away.
Uh-huh. I'm very competitive.
Diana, should we shake her? Is she safe to shake?
No, don't touch
That's
this.
why I'm
wolf.
asking.
Yeah, that you.
That's
hold on.
why
Hold
I'm
on.
asking.
Don't wave my hand in front of her face.
You
Oh.
break line of sight, and Ada comes back.
I'm gonna recall her into human form. I'm sorry, what was that?
I don't.
You stared at the shoe for like a long time.
I did stare at the shoes for a long time. I don't know why. But I wanted to say, Phineas, I don't know if it's I don't think we should take the armor from here. There's plenty of other armor that Ray can take, because I know she does not have armor right now, but I just not this armor, please.
If that is your choice, so be it. I will not act against you. Call it
You don't
national
want that?
curiosity. I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about those boots for at least 3 days, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Me
Draw
too.
a picture of it. You're very good at drawing pictures.
That's a good idea. So he starts writing notes. Ada stared at these boots for a really long time. It was kind of
Very
weird.
long time.
Sadie thought they were.
I know
better.
the shoes I don't know about, so Reed can leave the weird shoes, but you don't want the armor as a wolf? Because it is made for wolves.
I know, but the thing is, if there are others and they're still alive and out there, this is, I don't know, like a holy place, maybe, because it's special. And if there are wolves, if there are more someday, then I will gladly come back here and maybe see about taking the armor or bringing it to a place where it will be taken care of and respected. But I don't know. Something.
Okay, well, then we will leave that one. And we should probably get armor that is better than the ones that we have here. Nothing else seems to have weird staring contests,
I mean,
right?
I don't think so, but I did ask for armor for Ray, not for all of us.
Right. There's more armor than just for Ray, and that people are going to be trying to kill all of us now.
I know, but I don't. You know how he said that he took my consent. I didn't realize that yes was that saying yes to the leprechaun guy was going to result in smoke snakes and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, I thought so. I don't want to push on this and happen to mess up the bargain. You know?
All right. Well, Ray, pick your armor, just not that one. Go.
I'm going to wander in and take an assessment of the armors that are there.
So as you kind of do, take a turn about the room, as it were.
It's so
You
refreshing.
see, you see some leather armors, all of which have significantly decomposed. That they could be repaired, but you'd probably be looking at least a 50% rebuild. You could reuse the studs out of this one set of leather armor. There's a very heavily dry rotted set of hide armor that might be repairable, but again, it's probably not going to be worth your effort and not going to really provide you any more protection than the half-shattered shield that you currently have. Right as you circle, you see a set of chainmail, which is very simple, but it's been adorned with the furs and everything that everyone else seems to have taken into account. There's a chain shirt that draws your attention because it's very light, very flowy, and would easily be able to slip on while you're still in your dancing clothes. There is a set of very fancy half plate. You start looking over it and you realize that while it no longer is Edrin armor, it definitely once was. It's been resized. It's been adorned with these these moon phases all over it, but you can tell the workmen and the craftsmanship of your people. There's a couple sets of ring mail. Again, they're nothing particularly fabulous, but they're strong, they're sturdy, they will absolutely give you the protection that you need. And then there's a full set of chainmail with all the pieces that you could possibly want. It looks like someone put a wolf sigil over top of some other country's symbol on there.
I'm looking at the stats you sent me.
Yep.
My understanding is that the half plate would give me the highest AC.
Correct, and disadvantage on all stealth checks.
Yeah. I will take the chain shirt and the half plate. Also, I'm going to take a shield. Like a good shield. And maybe some weapons.
All right, you start taking pieces down from the wall and picking things up and kind of loading up.
Cool.
Then we should probably find our way out of here.
I'm just. One last thing I just wanted to ask. If I, does anything about, other than, like, what I've already figured out, does anything about the armor smell familiar? No? Okay.
That's when you initially did your sniff check of the room, that was one very important thing. None of this carried a familiar scent.
Okay.
Not even like a familial historical genealogy type of scent. Nothing here is any scent you've ever scented before.
Great. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
So much for finding nice, cozy beds to sleep in, but I don't really feel like it's a great place to long rest, so it looks like we might be camping again tonight.
You got a problem with the woods?
Yeah.
The ground is so hard. Oh,
Let's go, wizard. Let's go.
I need to find a portable cot.
Hal's just gonna turn around
head
and
out.
lead the way back up with his lantern.
All right. As you all pass through, Ray, you bump into an invisible wall,
Again?
and you are alone in the wolf's den.
Oh no!
why?
Shit.
So you told the leprechauns you wanted them to find our friend. I'm not sure we made clear we wanted to be able to take them out.
Would this place maybe have a protection against Ray's people?
I mean, how
Because
long,
they were at war with the wolves.
how long was the war taking place?
It was a long.
Oh, okay. So
Long
it very well could be.
All right.
I was very, very careful with the words that I chose.
They were more careful with the way they interpreted those words. Or it was magic that already existed.
Okay. Well, so at this point, Phineas is going to detect magic again and see whether he can figure out whether there's anything about what presumably magical barrier is keeping Ray from being able to leave.
Are you using a spell slot to just get it up and running?
Yes, I am.
From here, you see 3 figures about 10 feet to your left, cloaked in illusion magic.
Hey, assholes. Here.
Oh, they're still there.
Hal
Moreover,
is just gonna wave happily in the direction that Phineas yells in.
Great
Um,
world with open arms.
moreover, as you
Keep going.
look at Ray, your detect magic just picks up the edges of the wolf boots. And they are heavily cloaked in illusion magic. Not even in a way that you were expecting. In the same realm of magic that your cloak has,
Those
and Ray's quiver.
boots. Okay, hold on. Phineas like starts to form the thought. Then is like, I don't know how many people I want to actually hear this. So he's just going to sending to Ada. He's gonna do in sequence to Ada and Diana. Like, if it changes anything, those boots are extremely, extremely magical. Again, your choice. I don't want those assholes to know.
One of those particular friends of yours pops off his invisibility, steps up, and just kind of stands and just this side of the door and looks at Ray and goes, "Greedy, greedy, greedy, greedy."
Explain.
She said, "An armor. You have all that stuff."
I take it these are the little shits.
Sure are.
I said armor. The implication that is a word that is singular and plural. Nobody says armors.
Exactly. If you meant armors, you would have said armors.
Alternatively, this clearly belonged to my people, and therefore it is mine.
Right, you can stay here with it forever.
Who gave you dominion over this?
Her. She gave us dominion over you.
What?
You made a deal for her.
I gave you the most valuable thing I have. The only thing left of me that is valuable.
You
And
must
you do
like
not
her very
honor
much.
my agreement.
She can put stuff back and walk out. But she can take one.
All right, Ray, just pick one. Let's leave here, please.
Do we know, like does it seem like these leprechauns who are now talking to all of us are like part of a trap that was set? Or are they just being obnoxious little shits?
They're just being obnoxious.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
obnoxious
they are.
little shits.
I feel the implication should have been clear. When I said armor for my friend, I did not mean one single solitary piece of armor. You have used me enough ways. You're taking advantage of this deal.
What?
Let her take armor and let us go.
What would we know? What would Ray know about deals with the Fae? Like, if they die, can you get what you gave back? And
That sounds like an Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, this is not going to be good. Yeah, no, that's a 3.
3. From all the things you've heard of the Fae, a pact is a pact. So, whether they're living or dead, once a deal has been brokered,
Okay.
there's no way out of it, because they're not even of this world.
Which makes it
So,
question whether
You can grab...
we want to try and alter the deal by trading them something else.
Alternatively, I can give you something and you can take it out. Because they only have an issue with me taking more than one.
So
Right.
Phineas takes a piece of the armor that Ray has. It's like, oh, okay. And he tries to walk out the door.
They're gonna look at you. And kind of fold their arms.
Did I outsmart them?
Do I get out the door?
They're not gonna stop you.
Do I get out the door?
You still have shield and sword. You have a whole arsenal on you.
All right, Phineas.
You can
do
if
this.
you're gonna pass
All right,
everything.
load me up.
I'll pass something over then.
I will keep the half plate for myself, and I will give. So he has the other armor. Diana's gonna get a shield, and I don't know what else I got.
Pick 2 weapons
Weapons.
that you
2 weapons.
probably like axes and swords are really all that's gonna be in there.
I'll take a sword,
You got a long sword.
and I'll give that to Ada, and then I will attempt to walk out.
You step out,
Great. All right. Well, this
and
is
the leprechaun vanishes.
We're gonna leave now.
Well
place.
done.
No, you know what?
Thank you.
What's more? What's more here?
I'm turning around and I'm taking the armor.
Do it.
Fine. Do it.
Magic boots and everything.
Good.
Boots with the fur.
We're all with you.
As you should.
The whole club is looking at her.
All right. You start pulling it down piece by piece. The smell is very powerful. As you start to get into it, you realize that this was generations of alphas who wore this. The more you go through the helm, through the pelts, through the cape that you hadn't seen because it was behind it, and pull the greaves and the bracers from the wall here, you catch scent after scent of these immensely powerful wolves who came before you. And nothing seems to stop you.
Great.
Man.
I'm not actually putting anything on right now because I am not an alpha and therefore don't want to wear this, but I am taking it with me.
You should.
Ray does not believe you that you're not an alpha. For the record.
Great.
Semantics.
You were able to pass out of the den with nothing inhibiting you.
Wonderful. I would like to start stomping my way all the way out of the tunnels.
Since they're not being stopped by this door, Do I see a breastplate that might fit me a little bit better? So I can
There was
insert my
only the
power?
one breastplate, and it is the
Okay.
breastplate of the Alpha. So your sister has it.
Okay. Any more chainmail?
I mean, you can. I will give you the breastplate once we get out of here all the way because if it's alpha male, haha, alpha male.
And there's gonna pick up another axe and just kind of like flip it
because
and go.
you're my
Nice.
Call back to a different character. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Anyone? Anything else?
There were like
That's
weren't any like stories, right? Like the walls weren't decorated with like art or anything, and anything paper would have completely molded away by now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
The stories seem to be on the armors themselves.
That cat over there's like trying rock.
I know, it's cracking me up.
Are we able to get out of the tunnels?
You are.
Great, fantastic. Can I get back to the main road? That we were
There
on?
is no main road. You're talking about that little
Or what?
little path
Yeah,
thing.
the path we were on.
Yeah.
Great.
Alright, well, we're not
you wind your
staying
way-
here.
You wind your way up to the killing grounds. It's now getting later on in the afternoon. Dusk is rapidly approaching. And you're able to stroll out of the doors that Ada busted open. Sorry, the gates that Ada
Mhm,
busted
mhm.
open. And journey on. Where would you like to go?
Ada is going to keep walking down the path with immense anger and frustration until she, like, it takes like 10 feet for her to remember, I don't actually know where we're going. And she'll whirl around and glare at Hal and Phineas. Which one of you was the one that was having the map and like taking us this part of the mountains?
Okay, and I should have been prepared for this.
I do believe it's 9 o'clock, and this would be a great time for a bio break.
This sounds like a great
Perfect.
time for a bio break. We are going on a bio break. We will be gone for 5 minutes. There will be a timer so you know how long we're gone. Tunes by Arcane Anthems to keep you company, and a commercial to keep the pre-rolls away. We will see you soon. And we are back. Hello, everybody.
Hello, friend. What's the verdict, Nathan?
I tried to open Skype, and I opened Skype, and it said no camera or microphone found. So,
Welcome back. Always good stuff. All right. So you are back on the trail. Penta's already getting us to hydrate, so hopefully everyone grabbed a drink while they were out and about.
My emotional support water bottle.
I ended up bringing the whole tea, and I do not plan to spill it. So
Aw, spill the tea, sis. I'm sorry. I'm such a menace.
all right. So Phineas and Hal begin to look over the map and have a couple options available. The path really doesn't seem like it's going to be much help as far as traveling from where you are to one of the nearest two forts.
Before we go too far, the first flower I see, I will pick and give to Hal. For the one that you gave us.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, you can talk again.
well, yes. Thank you for that and the flower. It was very interesting, and I feel like I learned a lot through this experience. I'm still not sure that the Fae were bad by any means. They seemed quite nice as long as, you played by the rules.
Right. And they were very good at twisting intentions, and I didn't want that to happen to you.
Isn't that nice that some people can play by the rules and everything turns out fine for them? But for other people, playing by the rules gets you nowhere.
I guess in the end, it
Okay.
depends who's making the rules.
Are made to be broken.
Anyway, which way are we going?
see, that's the question. So we've got a few different options. So we can go to one of the forts that brushes closer to Idrin territory. There's a couple that were used for like staging raids and might have supplies. Or there's one that is pretty near the forest and secured access to water for the Idrin during the war.
I don't care as long as you
Or
just.
we could go to the river fort, which it was like built so with a bridge across the river is built on both sides of the river, so that might be helpful. I think that one's probably the most direct. I feel like the other two require us to circle back at least a little bit to go around the water. I personally vote for the river fort, but we've got a few different options, all of which you can make a pretty compelling argument for, honestly, depending on what your goals are.
I could also
I
make an
think-
argument for mauling your face right now. Please, if we want to go to the fucking river fort, then let's go.
I think that's a great choice.
That was not very nice, Ada. But I agree. Let's go to the river fort. It does seem like the most direct path.
Oh, God, have mercy. All right, river fort it is.
All right. Let's get a survival check from Hal and an investigation or nature check from our dear wizard. Oh, we lost our wizard.
I got a 21 on my
I
survival.
think he has specific dice for this, so
Oh,
That might be-
yes. Good call.
All right, let's go with the nature check. That's going to be 16 on the dice, which is probably pretty good because that's an intelligence-based skill. 16 plus... My word. Nature. +4, that's a dirty 20.
Nice. So between the two of you, you got a 41 out of 30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This power couple right up front, really leading the way, not getting lost, and knowing where they're going. So it's going to be after dark by the time you reach the river fort. But the journey here is basically going south. Not literally, it just feels like it because you're going downhill. You're welcome. I know you get that one.
Nice little Treebeard reference there, buddy.
Just so down the mountain you go, quickly into the foothills until you reach the shoreline of this lake. And at the shoreline, you just turn straight north. For the first, or I guess for the last hour of sunlight, you're able to follow the shoreline. There's wild game here. There are fish. This would probably be a reasonable place to set up camp, but if you're willing to walk the extra little bit, you should be able to reach the fort crossing by nightfall. From where you're at this point, you don't actually see the transition from the lake to the river, but on the map you can see you're not super far.
We haven't had particularly good luck with the forts being unoccupied. So much as I hate to admit it, maybe we should take a camp before we get there so that we're maybe more likely assured of rest.
Well, if there's more leprechauns at this fort, I don't think we'll be sleeping there. So that's probably a good idea.
Don't worry, Mr. Razor. You'll get used to sleeping on the ground soon.
Or you'll level up and take magic that lets you not sleep on the ground.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those days.
You know, the good news is you could cast Tensor's Floating Disc, and as long as you can fall asleep before the spell wears off, you at least won't fall asleep on the ground.
It's a hammock.
You will be ceaselessly made fun of by the Yelverton sisters. He's just, look how he's afraid of dirt.
It says sleeping 3 inches above the ground, not technically on the ground.
George W. Shrub is lame, right? Because
Yeah.
Okay, well then, if we're gonna camp here, Ada's not really having much more of a discussion. She's going to slaughter the goat, and I'm gonna start,
Smoking some more meats.
making dinner, put it out of its
All right.
misery.
Give me a. I don't think anyone has cook's tools proficiencies, do they?
Oh, Ada certainly does not.
Okay.
We're gonna talk Aowen stew level.
Oh no.
Yeah. I
Does
cook in
the
real
job.
life. My characters are not doing any of the cooking anymore, ever.
In medieval times, really,
I don't have this proficiency.
in medieval times, really, burning the food is okay because edible is better than food poisoning.
Yeah. And I would be very confident that Diana knows how to cook. So she's gonna let Ada do the butchering, and then she will help do the cooking.
All right.
Is that an
you have
animal
another-
handling check or
We're not going to get
A
into
meat
any of this.
handling
We're just going to say
check?
you have
I passed
successfully.
that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You
I'll
have
see myself out.
successfully added 3 more days worth of meat rations
Great.
to your supplies, because none of us hopefully are tracking rations. We're just going to say it's good. It's good. Yeah. I need perception checks from everyone, please.
All right.
I perceive a black cat named Baconator trying to stand upon my keyboard.
23 perception.
12.
14.
7.
Diana looks so pretty right now.
15.
No, Hal's
15.
currently wondering, why is Ada so angry again? I don't know what happened. It must have been the leprechauns, but I'm not sure why.
He was there when.
But
Right?
he doesn't get
He
it.
doesn't get it. Yeah, that's fine.
Walkie
I mean, you whispered the name and he does not know the weight of it, so.
Mm-mm.
And he just wants everyone to be friends.
It's true. The night is dark.
And full of
It's
terrors.
Just,
Sorry.
hopefully not. Not that most of you saw.
You set me up perfect. You opened it up. The Game of Thrones reference.
There you go. You're welcome. There's no better watch tonight, as the new moon is in its first of 3 days. There are a few of the brightest stars that kind of shine down through the haze of clouds that just kind of pass over. You're not worried about storms. You're not worried about anything particularly malicious from the skies above, but it's just dark. And the very still lake nearby is trying its best to reflect the 10 or 15 stars that make it through. On occasion, you see ripples from the waters. It's kind of passed as a fish or something else decides to take a bite of whatever mosquito may or may not be landing out there. The crickets chirp, and they don't cease. There's this beautiful melody that plays all night long as you pass from one watch to the next. Ada, more than anyone else, is really in tune with her natural surroundings this time. Not only is she invisible in the darkness, but everything about her gets a moment to hide. And I'd love to hear some of her thoughts as she sits next to Sadie.
All right. Then I'm going to talk to the cat. It's just. I was really very careful with how I said the words, you know? Because I wanted to be able to do something that was right. I wanted to be able to do something that was good. And it doesn't matter if I do something that's... It doesn't matter if I put all the words in the right order or try to help other people. I'm still really alone. And I don't know what it is about me that makes me so easy to manipulate and try to hurt. Is it just... And what's wrong with me that I get so hurt easily? I'm a wolf. A wolf is not supposed to be hurt. But we don't really do well being alone, you know? And I know I'm talking to you right now. You're a cat, and that's very different. And I know I have Diana, but she's a wolf, but not really. And I'm going to lose her too, you know? Because she's going to get married, and what will I be? I'm gonna be alone.
Sadie just gives her a brush and curls her tail around her paw.
Thanks. That's it. And I can't remember my baby's name. The baby didn't live long. It didn't even see the world. and it was Skull's. And Diana hates Skull. For good reason, as Skull tried to kill her. And I hated him. But I think he was the only one who was ever going to love me. So, you know. That's all she's thinking.
Sadie's just going to sit there with you, lie down, purr a little bit, and try and seem reassuring. Because, you know, she is very snarky, but that means she can kind of see through the tough act. She's like, I knew you've always... She's sitting there like, I knew this one was always a softie.
Ada definitely like is now just petting her while keeping her watch.
You mean the cat looks at the dog and thinks, yeah, they all have gooey insides.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The watch passes from one to another. The night wears on, and as the last of you sit and start stoking the morning flames, the sun begins rising. What would you like to do next?
Just keep traveling. Well, actually, before we travel, can I just ask Phineas to do the magic looking up thing on the boots?
I was thinking the same thing. Yep. So we're going to... Can we say we did that, like, last night? Yeah.
Yeah, around
cast
campfire.
Identify on the boots, so Phineas is like, just so you know, I have to touch them. I will be very respectful of them. I understand their importance, kind of.
I don't.
I understand.
So
that they
I
are
don't know how you
important to
could. Just show me them.
They're not important to us. They're just magic, and then they stare back at you. So don't look at the wolf
Yeah,
eyes.
try not to make eye contact.
It's the armor that matters. The shoes, I
The
don't know.
spell does not require eye contact, so I'll just look that way, put my hand this way, and
Don't look at the shoes.
one hand on the boots, the other on my spell book, and I'm looking off into the distance.
As you focus your heart and your mind, less your heart, more your mind, you kind of touch the weave for a moment, and you feel that similar deep power that resonates here in these boots. It's the same thing you felt when you identified Ray's quiver, that there's more to this than a simple magic item, that it is connected to the weave. The boots with the fur, the boots of the winter wolves are as old as the relics you already carry. They, as you know, are connected to the School of Illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And as you start to see their power, you start to understand how they work. That the different pieces that you can see are not just illusions, but they are representations of what the illusion can do. The wolf fangs on the toes, while they look like they're there just to allow you to walk on ice, as you've seen in books for Arctic travel and snow climbing, what they're actually able to do is allow you to pin down your opponent the way a wolf would when pouncing.
But if they were designed to be worn by a wolf, why does the wolf need to be a wolf?
I mean, they weren't in... Well,
They're not always in wolf form.
and Diana told us that they were not necessarily a part of the larger armor set.
Yeah.
Correct. These absolutely were not designed for the wolf pack.
Oh. I'm sorry. I thought we said they were.
Nope. You're good. These were distinctly different. Required a whole separate check.
Do they seem like they're dangerous for other people to wear?
They don't seem to have any particular affinity to wolves. It just seemed like the most recent owner was the alpha. However, he or she came across them, you would need a whole different spell for that, and probably another 4 levels.
It does not care.
No. What you do find begins as you open up and tap into the illusion weave, is just the depth of what these wolf faces can do. By tapping into the weave, you can manifest winter. So through different illusion magics, the person who is wearing these and who is attuned to these boots can cast a whole slew of. They can let it go.
Gosh, Elsa boots.
And when they let it go, it becomes real.
Oh my god.
You can cast. There's a whole bunch of illusion magic spells attached. However, they can only be used to recreate the appearance, sound, smell, taste, or feeling of either a winter wolf or the extreme cold. So, for example, you could cast the silent image spell using the boots, but it can only appear as a wolf or as ice or snow. You can cast the fear spell, but the image you conjure in the recipient's mind must be that of something relating to a winter wolf or cold. And then there's a whole bunch of other cool things. There's a bunch of more dastardly spells attached that whomever wants to try these on at some point will get to play with.
All right. Oh,
You also know that they have the same requirements for attunement as the other relics you carry.
okay. I'm not sure if I know what those requirements are.
Sorry. That you have to have proficiency in 2 sets of crafting tools or expertise in at least 1 set of crafting tools
Okay. Okay.
to attune to these.
All right. Crafty. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna roll my portents for the day.
All right.
Daya, if you
All right. A 2 and a 19. Very useful.
Yes.
I know those boots belonged to the last alpha there, but I think our wizard might be able to use them, and perhaps it will make traveling less painful for him.
Will they make them fast?
No,
Probably not.
I don't think even Celine herself
no,
could do this.
Are you saying this within earshot of me?
100%.
Yeah, but for sure.
I would like you to know there is no chance I'm ever going to use those boots to pin anybody to the ground. Absolutely not.
You never know.
You'd have to be in melee? Really?
You never know.
Are they not useful for you? Because I don't.
Uh,
They don't really go with my outfits. So.
Oh, I will try them. Like all the other magical properties sound very, very helpful. But
Good. I hope
like-
it helps you deal with.
if somebody else feels called to them, I'm not going to stand in the way. I won't complain. I love new magic fun things. Okay.
My I hope you know that my tools are playing card set. And just like don't feel called to these things.
Why did you not study calligraphy?
Um.
I think technically
and
Phineas might be the only person who actually qualifies to wear these.
I think
Right.
so. Daya, Diana, the breastplate.
Mhm.
Great. This was obviously an alpha's armor, so this works for you.
Sure. I mean, I will use them, but I'm not a wolf like you, so
I know.
it feels odd.
Do you want armor or not?
I do. I do.
Then
I do.
wear
I
it.
want not to be killed so easily. Okay, fine. I'll wear them as a respect to the people who are like you, and hopefully we will find more of them. And if
It's fine.
they show
I
up,
don't think it doesn't matter. Let's just wear this armor and you'll be safer, and then we can all be, everything will be fine. But I'll put on the cloak.
well, all right. At least we got part of it, and now we look fabulous next to each other.
Hal, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Hal?
Hal.
Her passive
Because I
sexy
look
is too much.
18.
You feel your inner glow moved by Diana in the armor, but you are able to maintain your composure. But she looks radiant
He's
and powerful.
he's gonna
That's
like
something that she didn't have before.
stutter for
in her,
a minute and just be like, the
How does it
armor
look?
is very becoming. It suits you very well, even if you're not a wolf. It's almost as if it was made for you, like it's a new beginning.
All right. Well, wonderful. Great. I feel empowered by this armor.
You go and take a quick turn to your left, and you see your reflection in the lake, and you see why Hal stammered. You haven't seen a Viking with this level of I'm gonna say like intimidation power since possibly ever. You have some childhood memories of some of the great jarls coming together, and very few of them had armor that held up like this. Very few of them had I don't even know the aura. There is something about this. Sure, that word was not in my vocabulary. I hope you know it wasn't even like me trying not to say
She got
it.
that Viking riz,
Not
bro.
There it is. She's got the Viking riz.
She and Hiccup.
Yeah.
Would you
And
say
then mine,
it's
she's like,
also
you know?
not.
high vis?
This was not an
armor?
image of yourself you ever expected.
Yeah, for a moment she's like, huh, maybe they'll take me seriously now. All
I
right.
imagine the
Not
armor
bad,
was
not
made
bad.
for a time of war, but I believe in your hands it can be transformed for a time of peace.
We'll see if we get there, Hal. Got a long ways to go. All right, great. Got some armor. But during Diana's watch, she will, by herself, pull out the little like wooden fox that Hal made her, and just turn it over and be like, "Really didn't want to give this up to the leprechauns, but I didn't." And then she looks at her engagement ring. She's like, "That I might have given, but no worries."
Nathan, can I go ahead and attune you to the boots of the Winter Wolf?
Yeah, go for it. How many charges do they currently have? How many max charges?
That's one of my questions that I was asking myself the other day when I started running over this, because
Cool.
this was one of my first creations.
I can roll
So
a
I don't know if it
d20
even
to find out how many
has-
charges they have if you'd like me to.
It recharges 1d4 plus 1 every day, so we're gonna say it has 6 charges.
Okay. That works too.
Yeah.
There
So-
was a wonderful clip of the Baldur's Gate 3 cast playing, and the DM's like, you know what? Just for you, just pick a dice on the table, and for your second win, you'll gain however many hit points you roll on the dice. And they're like, oh, so D20, right? And then Lae'zel Devora looks and goes, ooh, this one has 90 on it. And she takes the percentile dice and rolls an 80. Wonderful.
Hey, when you say any dice,
Beautiful.
it means any dice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. D&D players, aka the Fae. Y'all get what you deserve. So Nathan, you get some of my personal favorite spells on these boots, by the way.
All right.
So enjoy looking over those. And yes, you can now officially outpace Ada.
Nice.
Ooh. I missed that.
Yeah. As long as it's a wolf.
Oh,
I can't wait for him to start walking like a vampire from Twilight.
He has to ride
Amazing.
a wolf.
I get Phantom
Yes, what?
Steed.
Ah.
That's so cool. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun here.
All right. Are you using that now or later?
I don't see a reason to use it now unless we're really looking to push the pace. How fast do we want to get to Corinthia?
I mean, Ray and Diana would still be slower. I mean, Diana can shift too, but Ray would still be slower.
Nah, I got Ray. Don't worry about it.
I will ride the floating disc.
I mean, at that point, then we're limited to Hal and Diana's 40 feet per second, but we could go running.
Y'all want to run?
I'm sorry, did the wizard just say he wants to run now?
Well, I'm not running.
So I hit my head?
Look at this growth.
No. Let's be clear. I'm not running. Something else is running, and I'm riding. You remember
Right,
that
okay,
idea I
well-
had with Ada? I'm going to make that happen now.
Wonderful. That's amazing for you. I mean, we could go at whatever pace, really, but I guess some people are trying to and catch and kill us. So, let's go for a little brisk jaunt through the woods.
Phineas clicks his heels together, and and a phantom wolf appears. Then we cast, and then he pulls out spellbook, and the gestures, and a disc appears. Ray, as you were, hops up on the wolf.
I really
He's ready to
hope
run.
I hope that when he clicks his heels, like the wolf appears underneath him, like, and he's just all of a sudden like it's like all of a sudden there's just like this wolf between his legs, he's like zoop on his steed.
All right, Hal, you ready to show us that running? Ready to race?
That was quite magnificent. I am so ready. Let's go.
And then Diana's going to change into her white wolf, and then, first she'll command Ada to become her wolf. I'll change into my white wolf. And now it looks like they're just going to have too much fun.
This is all the wolfing.
Like the white tail of her white wolf is just like wagging. She's like,
Hal
let's
is
go.
literally about to go running with the wolves, and he's very excited about this.
He's so excited. This is Twilight for Hal.
Yep. And Ray's just
And he does sparkle
On a
in the
disc.
sunlight.
It's also true. Oh man. I need to. Anyways, there's no vampires left in the world, so it's fine. I can't do that. Yeah. The fun thing that as you look at his wolf, it's not there. It's there. He's riding on it. You can touch it, but it's made of these the same breath that you exhale when you're out in the ice cold. That's what has formed into this wolf. All right. You race off, and what was going to be 3 to 4 hours and get you there around lunchtime is like an hour. Rushing through the forest. Ray, do you want to make a roller coaster check, or you think you got the constitution for this?
What's the Viking equivalent to now? This is pod racing.
I think it's just howling. Just howling.
Oh, this is dog racing.
I mean, I feel like with my background in the arts, I'm probably not going to struggle with this.
Yeah. I wouldn't stand up necessarily, but
yeah, but like
you're good.
I'm gonna be firmly planted, and I'm not really gonna fall off.
Got a strong core, you know.
Yeah.
Good
Right?
center of gravity.
Yeah. Very nice. So racing through the forest, keeping the lake to your left, about 20 minutes into this pod race, the lake just kind of narrows and you brush up upon the river. The river here is still running pretty heavily and powerfully as it's coming in from the sea. So you are downstream, if that matters to anyone. Within another half an hour, you notice that the water seems to be slowing. You start to see that it's a little more mushy and a little more reeds, as if the majority of mushy. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I saw it in my textbook when I did marine biology
Nice.
back in high school. Almost all true. So,
I love the use of technical terms, as I call them. So.
you're welcome. I am nothing if not a fount of technical terms. They fount because it's water, not font. 'Cause... I do what I can.
Move on.
As the last hour of Phineas's spells start to close, and he starts to feel that that ticking clock of he's going to either have to renew his charges or he's going to have to start walking. You see that probably in the distance around the bend there is the remnants of a wooden fortress. Most of it has been destroyed, but both Phineas and Diana are quickly and easily able to identify it as the... I zoomed out too far on my map of notes, so sorry. Now this is embarrassing. Fort Fear. Spelling of that is P-F-R-I-R. And I'm going to throw a picture for everybody into the stream chat. Stream chat, because it's a stream now. Nope, I'm not, because it's not going to like me. Of course not.
It did not appreciate your
the
joke.
fort is... It did not. I just got wrecked by the work of it all. So this is kind of a cascading fortress. It's got little bits here and there. They probably all were at one point held together by different ropes and different rope bridges that spanned back and forth across from one to the other. At this point, there's not really too much left of the integrity of the expanse. Are you kidding me? And what you do see is there seems to be one bridge that has been fortified over the past little bit, and at the top of it are two guards just kind of sitting there.
What
Staring.
What species are these guards?
Make a check.
Of what?
Investigation, nature, arcana. Yeah.
I got a nat 20 on whatever check I'm doing. I was thinking it was perception, but
To see them, yes. To figure out what they are.
okay.
I've got a 16.
But they're in my 6. I think I'm ignoring them. I don't want to deal with any more forts.
Yeah, let's try Arcana.
I'm 15 Arcana.
Nice.
That cat is a fucking enemy.
All right. Last chance. There we go. There's a picture of the fort and
That
the
one.
Lamo riverbed.
So much for my good intelligence rolls. That was a nat 1 on my Arcana check. It comes out to a 9, but you know.
Still, everyone with a 10 or over says they're goblinish. They're definitely goblins. Everyone under 10 is looking at some sort of humanoid type of thing. Did anyone break 20?
Al did.
Hal had a nat 20, right?
Yes.
But only for perception.
Hal, you
However, I would also make the argument if they are some form of creature, Hal does not know what they are.
see, that's the fun part. Creatures like this have raided these Sunlands.
Oh no.
These are hobgoblins.
So
While they're not
like my cats.
currently
Got it.
while they're not currently foes of the Sunlands, it's been many years. You do know stories where they've come from the north and raided the Sunlands to the south. So this was an important thing for you to have learned about in your peacemaking.
Oh, is this going to be bad time for Hal?
Then Hal's gonna. How do I want to handle this? Because the rest of them, we're still running, right? Or did we all stop?
You're kind of slowing at this
Okay.
point.
All right. Oh, I recognize them. That's odd. I would have thought they'd only be around our area, but those are hobgoblins. Sometimes they also like to raid, but more recently we've been able to work with them to, have our own, segments. There's, trade that happens from time to time, a little bit of mutual farming. But they can be quite nice sometimes. I haven't met one before, though. Should we go talk to them?
I'm gonna shift back.
Ada, not being human at this moment, ignores him and pretends that he did not just say that.
Yeah, I think Ray's gonna do the same.
Aw.
Well, it can't hurt to go talk to them.
Why would you talk to goblins?
Do we want to try to stay here or no?
I mean, the fort gives us access to the bridge, gives us access to crossing the river, or we can find another
we
way
have to
across
go-
the river.
Can you float and discus all across the river?
Probably not all of us.
Ah, darn.
Well, I mean, I guess I could go back and forth, and we could do the goat, and the wolf, and the lettuce problem.
We don't have any more goats. The goats is dead.
I don't think we have any lettuce either.
Oh, it is a common riddle.
Is
Oh, I'm
it?
not familiar with this riddle. I'd love to hear it sometime.
None of you went to school.
Where did you meet me, Phineas?
Well, then you should know about the goat and the lettuce and the wolf.
From my work at the strip club?
Oh, right. Peachy just seemed like a really smart fellow. But I guess it wasn't technically a school.
No.
Right.
Right. Well,
Well,
Um,
I think the best course of action would be to get their lay of the land and see if we can work out a negotiation for them to help us cross.
I think that sounds like a terrible idea.
well, if you know another way across the river, that is where we have to go, right? We have to cross the river.
Hal pulls out his map. Well, I think we can cross the river here and go like straight to Corinthia. Or we could go all the way around up this way and then or we could go all the way down through Idra and back over too. But otherwise across the river, yeah.
Okay. As much as a detour sounds fun, then this is the way we go.
If you would like to try and cross the mushy ground, you are welcome to do that.
Yeah.
It's not like this is a flowing river at this point, as much as it is just saturated soils.
Did we think that there were supplies or something in this fort? I can't remember.
I mean, if there's creatures living here, there's going to be some form of supplies.
What time of day are we at?
It's
Mid-morning.
So can I
Mid-morning.
start?
We make great time.
Yeah.
Can I start doing a little snippy sniff by the kind of survival checks by the by the river's edge to see if I can find paths that are going to be less mushy for sinking into and more stable for walking?
Absolutely.
Were these boots made for walking?
Yeah, I don't
I
have
have-
the boots made for walking. That was a 15 survival check. I still have inspiration. So, but you know what? I think I'm gonna.
Beware with the inspiration. Technically, rules as written, you have to use the new roll if you use it.
Oh yeah.
Rules as written, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have to declare it beforehand.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So if you hated this,
I don't hate it. It's
could
not
re-roll
that
it.
bad. It could be worse. I'll give it that.
15 is a good
Yeah.
number. You see it's going to be a challenge.
Mhm.
If you were to cross here and the hobgoblins noticed you, your speed would be so significantly reduced that you'd be mostly sitting
Mhm.
ducks if they were
That's
some
what I
sort
was
of,
worried about.
bowmen. It's crossable. Until you got into it, you wouldn't know if you would necessarily find sinkholes or quicksand in the midst of it, but there's no swimming involved either. It's just mucking through.
I mean, the wolf can. Ada can't. um. I'm going to butt my head against Diana, like towards the direction of the goblins, like the hobgoblins, as we have to talk to them.
All right. Well, I'm shifting you back because I don't want them to be terrified of wolves.
I didn't.
Sorry.
It's fine.
How much, Rod? How much will you let me know about hobgoblins?
That's going to take a whole separate check.
Okay, you want history maybe, or something else?
Sure. What do you want to know about them? That'll kind of determine what you roll.
Some element of culture. Basically, what might be a good way to make them
Flamio
believe we are
Hotman
on
is how you greet them.
to make them think that we are on equal footing and that we should just be able to pass through, basically, like a white flag of truce type deal, I guess.
All right.
Zuko here.
History makes sense.
All right. That was a 13 on the die, so a 14. Yeah, I'll let that
Keeping
stand.
that. You had this look on your face.
I was thinking
Right.
about trying to use
so
something
from-
else.
So from your perspective and the history that your people have had with the hobgoblins, they generally kind of had to be bought at first. That their only initial motivation seemed to be wealth, and they didn't even care about farming. But once that initial contact was established, they were able to kind of assimilate a little bit into society. They really wanted to keep to themselves. And they only have a few settlements that even border the Sunlands. But they found a peaceable agreement of life.
They found an
But
easy
peace was
option where
not
they can
able to be.
they get
yeah.
free stuff and can focus on taking from other places. That's what I imagine. Hal's like, yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
And really that just means, yeah, we give them things for free.
They don't raid us because we give them the stuff to keep them from raiding.
Well, you give Phineas a 10 minutes ritual for comprehend languages because he would definitely want to have that as we're approaching them.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys are still at a good enough distance that they don't seem to notice you, and you can go, you can stay, you can cross, you can do whatever you want to do here. But I believe we're going to have to pick that up either in the chat or next week.
All right.
'Cause it's getting late, y'all.
Nice.
Cool.
Good session. Good session.
Boom.
Who's playing us out?
Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next week. Same place, same time. Have a great night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.